So, good day everyone. Good day, Ma'am Cristel. I'm John Vincent B. Sotto. I am the assigned reporter for the topic being a good communicator. So, what does it take to become a good communicator? So, good communication skills are needed for managing classrooms and addressing disputes constructively. Speaking skills, listening skills, and nonverbal communication are three important aspects of communication. So, without these three, so most likely that will happen is that the communication is not that effective at all. So, basically, it may cause dispute and other types of misunderstanding. Speaking skills. You and your students would prosper if you have good speaking skills and collaborate with them to improve their speaking skill. So, without collaboration, cooperation, and attention, so you and your students would not understand each other. So, basically, you will have a hard time understanding each other and not just with your students but also other people. Speaking with the class and students. One of the most important things to remember while speaking with the class and students is to share information clearly. So, clarity in communication is very essential in order for you to achieve an effective instruction. So, for the following slides, useful tips for speaking clearly in front of your class are listed. The first one, choosing the right language that is understandable and suitable for the students' levels. One must not use exaggerated vocabulary. So, every time we try to speak in front of our students, we must not use highfalutin words for the reason that most of them, or uh, some of them doesn't have the knowledge about it. So, when you speak of something that is new to them, so what are you expecting? Are you expecting them for you? Are you expecting them for them you to understand? So you must use easy and simple words for them. Next, talk at a comfortable pace, not too fast or too slowly. So while speaking, it must be on a moderate pace. So whenever your students are having a hard time to catch with you, so you must control your speaking. So you must speak very slowly or sometimes, and as usual, just speak with a normal pace. Avoiding vagueness and being precise with a conversation. So, keeping it short and simple or being accurate directly to the main point is one way to become a good communicator. And also is an essential factor for you to be very effective every time you are speaking. Using strong strategy and critical thinking skills as the foundations for communicating clearly with your class. So basically, if you don't have the right knowledge or the equipped knowledge, speak in your students with a certain or particular topic, then uh, they will never understand what you are trying to say or what you are trying to convey. So studying first, formulating strategies, and being critical enough with every words you try to speak are the basic or the essentials every time you are communicating with your class. Next one, let's discuss the barriers to effective verbal communication. So, what are they? Criticizing, being aggressive, providing harsh assessments about another person seem to stifle the conversation. So, when someone is speaking, you have just to listen to them. You don't have to be critical enough or criticize him or her right away. So, you must understand and scrutinize what he or she is trying to say. So it might be possible or it might be possible. Sorry for the term. It might be positive or negative. So just listen first before reacting. Name calling and labeling. These are methods of demeaning the other person. Students engage in a lot of name calling and labeling. So for the lower years, this is very prominent and rampant. Let's say way back when I was still on grade 1, I used to be called as Pisot since my family name or last name is Sotto. So I endured it for almost, I think, 2 to 3 years, from grade 1 to grade 3. Then me as a person, I'm not used onto fighting back. So I just accepted it, and yeah. So sample examples of name calling and labeling. You're a loser, you're stupid. So that is some harshful words. The next, advising. If used here, the word refers to speaking down to someone when providing a solution to a dilemma. So it's like, uh, when someone is trying to say you something, then you just advise that, oh, kanang kuan man kay na siya. Okay kay na imong ginabuhat. Well, in fact, or on the top of your mind that na, di man gina okay ang ginabuhat. So bahala siya diya. Basta kay kung mabuhat to niya, mao na to. So it's like that. Ordering. So this is very basic, evident in different classrooms. So commanding others to do something is rarely successful because it causes opposition. So one example, one statement here is, right now clean up this area. So basically it is not persuading or asking someone in a very nice way. So it is commanding them, that causes opposition. So some might just follow whatever the teacher said or the person said, but some will not just accept it and resist it right away. Next one, threatening. Threats are used to exert verbal influence on the other person. So one example of a statement here, if you don't pass your papers on time, I'm going to give you a failing grade. So that is one very good example of threatening. Moralizing. This entails lecturing the pupil about what he can do in a condemning manner. You know, you should have handed in your homework on time. You should be embarrassed. So it's like, providing a sarcastic remarks or sarcastic statement. Kung sa binisaya pa, uy, sayo hapon mo nagpasa sa kuha ni mo, sa mong project. Sobra ka sayo ba kay pwede na na minusan, dapat maulaw ka. So like saying that way. Listening skills. If you and your students have sound communication skills, you'll be able to manage your classroom more effectively. Listening is an important ability for establishing and maintaining relationships. So, just like the others said, whenever one is good at speaking, the other channel or the receiver or the listener has must be also or considered as to be a good listener or has high listening skill ability. So, regardless if the speaker is very good or very excellent in conveying messages, but the listeners are not that good in listening, so that's just a waste of time. So, good speaking and active listening are, uh, tied with each other. Conversations are hugged by poor listeners. They address others as to rather than with. Active listeners are those who voluntarily listen. Sorry. So, active listeners are the ones, regardless of the topic being discussed or the person who is, they actively listen. The fact that they love to listen and they love to hear new informations. So they do not simply consume knowledge passively. So giving your full attention to the speaker and reflecting on both the analytical and emotional quality of the speech, what active entails. Considering the content and the emotional context having or given by the speaker, so that's one thing that active listeners do. So here are some effective active listening strategies. Maintain eye contact with the person speaking and pay close attention to what they are doing. Paraphrase. Find styles and trends. Provide reviews in a professional way. So when you say maintain eye contact, it's the most basic or the easiest way in listening. Whenever you are maintaining eye contact to the speaker, regardless if that speaker is speaking hundreds or thousands of people, so you'll be able to have a grasp of what or what he or she is trying to convey. So paraphrase. If you cannot understand such thing given by the speaker, so you'll just have to paraphrase it in a manner that you will understand it very easily. So provide feedbacks or reviews in a professional way. So in order for you to maintain a good rapport or relationship with other people, you must be careful enough or thoughtful enough of your words given by you to them. So NV or non-verbal communication. Interact not only verbally but also by how you fold your arms, cast your eyes, shift your lips, cross your legs, or contact another person. Every one of us has a personal space that we don't always want others to intrude on. Despite the crowded nature of the classroom, students report that having their own space to store their materials and belongings is important to them. So in the classroom, um, as a teacher, a communicator towards your students or other people, so you must be fully aware that bodily gestures, starting from your eyes or eyebrows, uh, movement of your lips, the movement of your arms, your legs, the way you touch or handle other person are considered as nonverbal communication because no words are being provided. So not one must not be very touchy or very close to one person. So maintain a clear distance, a talking distance to other person in order for you to that initiate your communication very well. Then make certain that each student has their own desk or office. Explain to students that they are entitled to have this personal space and that they must value the space of other students. So, here, one should have their own space in order for them to be comfortable enough every time they are into or they are inside the classroom and other spaces or other areas they are in. So, if their personal space are being invaded or intruded, so that might cause harassment and dispute at the same time. So, making clear statements that, hey, this is my place, o ako aning lugar, rayog lang ko, ayog samok, ayog gubuta. So, it is one way of conveying or giving message to other persons that he or she not must not be uh, intruded or make fun of. So, I guess that's the end of my report. Sorry for not having a webcam because we don't have webcam, and as well as my phone has not not having a working camera. So pasensya kayo, ma'am. Sorry for the delay for uploading this late. Thank you, ma'am. God bless. Have a nice day.